sports fans, welcome to Super Bowl 52 here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And the Philadelphia Eagles just won their first ever Super Bowl as they beat the New England Patriots 41-33. And Tom Brady did have a record day as he threw for over 500 yards. Sam, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, it definitely came down to coaching. Obviously, the players played really well, but Doug Peterson really affected this game with the play calls he made, especially with the fourth down play, which will probably be remembered throughout history with the Philly special. So I think Doug Peterson was really a really good factor about why the Eagles won this game.
And Alex, what are your thoughts on the Eagles' performance today?
Eagles were good. I would say they played okay defense. They let the Patriots get a little comeback.
Yeah.
At the maybe second half. They started catching up. It was a close game on the Patriots side. They didn't start Malcolm Butler, and that was a big factor in the game.
Yeah, but how about Nick Foles? You know, a backup quarterback coming into Week 14, and looks like we have breaking news. It looks like Bill Belichick and Brady announced that they will not be back next season. That is a very, very big. Obviously, does that mean the dynasty is over, Sam?
Yes. Basically, what this means is that the AFC is wide open to a new king. Belichick and Brady have dominated the AFC for basically their whole careers, and now that they're going to be retiring, this opens the door for, I think the Patriots can still win the division, but the AFC is open. What is it going to be? The Steelers? Is it going to be the Jaguars? Is it going to be the Texans when Deshaun Watson? Who is it going to be? So this definitely opens up the AFC.
Well, yeah, they could have easily had Jimmy Garoppolo, but they obviously traded him to San Francisco, which really sucks. And what are your thoughts on Bill Belichick and Brady losing?
It's a big factor. Like you said, the AFC's open. Maybe every team could get a chance now. Belichick and Brady are out. Now you can have a free run to the Super Bowl if you wanted to, because they're out now.
Yeah.
So, not much. They're just a great dynasty. And
well, that'll be it for us here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And as always, I'm your host, Jude O'Connor, signing off with Alex Bum and Sam Furmanek.
J.R. Smith making blunders in the NBA Finals. Welcome to the Postgame show. I'm James Mars, along with my partners
Ben Affleck
and Seth West.
And what a game for the Golden State Warriors. J.R. Smith playing, no offense to Cleveland fans, that they're playing like a true Cleveland Brown, making a bunch of mistakes. And what are your thoughts about this?
Well, J.R. Smith, when he got the rebound off the George Hill free throw, could have just taken it up. No one was guarding him, but he took it back for some reason. LeBron was furious. And then the game went into overtime, and we saw the Warriors win then. So it was just not a great showing for Cleveland.
Well, this game will be remembered as the J.R. Hennessy game, but I want to go back to a play a little bit earlier where Kevin Durant was driving, and it was originally called a charge, but due to new NBA rules, they were allowed to look at it. It turned into an and-one for Kevin Durant, so that's a possibly 5-6 point swing there. And also, George Hill, you can't be missing free throws in the NBA Finals.
And a very crucial moment.
And do you think, like J.R. Smith, do you think if he were to play, that was a Cleveland Browns performance, no offense out there, Cleveland fans, do you think J.R. Smith performed like that at the very end of the game?
What? What did you say?
We have some breaking news. LeBron James says he will not return unless Cavs replace the entire roster.
Well, it looks like LeBron won't be returning.
If LeBron doesn't return, then the Warriors are just gonna win like they did last year. But then they'll stand absolutely no chance.
Knowing Dan Gilbert too, Dan Gilbert will release every single player on that roster and grab Bronny James' AAU team. And just be like, LeBron, here you go. And LeBron will still leave in the offseason.
Yeah, he'll go to that big money market. And LeBron James, especially he wants to get a guy named J.R. Smith. We all know that. But I understand why he had to take his team, and I bet you they would have lost if the Celtics were completely healthy. But sorry about that, folks. They lost Kyrie Irving in the middle of the season and Gordon Hayward in game 1 of the entire season. So we'll see what happens over this offseason. Will LeBron James stay with Cleveland? Will the Cleveland Cavaliers replace their entire roster? We'll have to see. Game 2 is tomorrow. For my partners,
Ben Africa.
And Southwest.
I'm James Myers. Good night from Oakland, California.
Welcome back. I'm Aaron. We have Peyton and Gavin here on the Honda Postgame show. Wow, what a game. Chosen Rosen really showing his amazing ability at taking his team to back from 34 points down in the third quarter to winning a nail-biter for the first game of this UCLA season.
The game was absolutely incredible. Josh Rosen showcased his talent to the entire college football world out there, that he is one of the best quarterbacks. He is one of the best quarterbacks out there in college football, and he showcased it tonight.
Well, yeah, absolutely, but obviously it shows how good Rosen is, but it also shows how bad UCLA's defense is. I mean, you give up 44 points less than halfway through the third quarter, and you know you have a problem. But if it wasn't for a couple of amazing plays by Rosen and lastly, we would not be talking about UCLA on this postgame show.
Yeah, I mean, you can't come back every game of the whole season, but can you believe that fake spike by Josh Rosen at the end of the game? Channeling Dan Marino there. He fake spiked and got Lasley at the back of the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. What a play that was.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, Dan Marino, if he was watching this, he would be proud because that was executed to perfection. UCLA needs to get a lot better on defense. They came back this game, but they're not going to come back every game in the season. As you said, they have to get better on defense. There's still some things to work out, but good win tonight.
Well, it looks like we're getting some breaking news. Texas A&M has now fired Coach Kevin Sumlin. What do you make of this?
Wow, after a very disappointing loss, really a travesty. They were up by 34. I mean, I think it's a little too soon. It's early in the year, but I guess I understand it. I mean, you can't, you can't lose by, when you're up by 34. So I think it was too premature, but I understand where they're coming from. They should have won that game, and they blew it.
Yeah, Kevin Sumlin has been on the hot seat for a long time now. After 2 straight 8-5 seasons, where they're expected to do more, I can see why, especially after this game that they fired him. It has been a rumor going around Texas A&M that they could potentially fire him soon, and they finally pulled the trigger.
Yeah, I mean, right away, right after the game, like we just got news right now. I mean, their defense. You say UCLA's defense is bad, but how about Texas A&M's? I mean, they have better players, but still, they can't stop Josh Rosen. I want to see if anyone else can stop him. We'll see later this year. Okay, that's it from Aaron, Peyton, and Gavin. Thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Max Baker with my partner Alex Swift for our Toyota postgame show. We're just coming off one of the greatest Super Bowls in history, with the LA Rams just beating the New England Patriots 24-21. What are your thoughts about the game, Alex?
I just think that it was great. I love the play by Jared Goff where he throws it to Todd Gurley to get that final touchdown. It just from the 50-yard line, able to see him across the field and just brace it all over the fingers.
How about that hurdle that Todd Gurley made? That was amazing, jumping straight over Dante Hightower. It was awesome. But the Patriots still did pretty well. Even though Brady could not win his 6th championship, they still did all right, with James White getting 150 yards receiving and rushing.
Well, to the Brady thing, even if he's lost the past 2, I feel like it doesn't matter. I feel like as the 6th ring would be huge, it's still outstanding of what he is, of just himself and his Super Bowl, just what he's done.
Breaking news has just come in that Aaron Donald has announced that he has played his last game as a Ram. We don't know if he's retiring or not, but he has played his last game as a Ram. So either he's going to get traded or he's just going to retire.
I do not believe that he will retire, as there's a small chance, but I have a feeling that he's going to be traded, but the question of who is going to be just the most asked question throughout this offseason until we get our answer. When do you think the answer will come in?
I I think it will definitely come in over this offseason, and it's definitely going to be a huge offseason because Aaron Donald led everyone in defense in sacks this year, which is a huge deal, and it's crazy that he says he's playing his last game.
Do you think that the Rams will be back in the Super Bowl next year with or without Aaron Donald?
I don't think they will be because Aaron Donald was a huge part of that defense. So that wraps it up for today. From the Toyota Postgame Show, I'm Max Baker.
And Alex Swift.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for the telecast, Kevin Harlan. We are back. The Warriors beat the Lakers 103-93. LeBron James with 35 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. Steph Curry leading the way for the Warriors with 25 points, with Clay getting 10 and Durant getting 15 against LeBron. So the Warriors won 103-93. I mean, closer than some people might have expected, but certainly not very surprising. How unsurprising was it that the Warriors beat the Lakers by this much? Ari?
Well, personally, I thought it would be more of a blowout, but I've got to give it to the Lakers. They didn't get blown out by 30 points. Kudos to them. Lonzo Ball, he didn't do so well. He got 3 points tonight. His only shot really was a three-pointer at the end of the game. LeBron James, though, as I thought he would, he carried the Lakers. He got 35 points in a triple-double, and they still lost.
Right.
The Lakers are really the only team you'd hear of, besides probably the Nets, where their best player would get a 30-point triple-double and they'd still lose. But I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Jack Brooks?
So basically for the Lakers, it was a tight game, obviously, as expected. The Warriors did get the win tonight, but however, it was mainly LeBron James for the Lakers. Like you said, triple-double with 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. He was really on fire tonight, and it makes you wonder if the Lakers didn't have LeBron James for this game, what would be the outcome?
Yeah, I totally agree. I believe we're getting some breaking news. Oh my goodness, look at this. The Warriors have made yet another trade that bolsters their bench even further. The Warriors just acquired J.R. Smith for Jordan Bell and a future draft pick. J.R. Smith, as you guys know, was made the Game 1 blunder that some people think cost the Cavaliers the series last year. So where do you think the Warriors got J.R. Smith too? They're literally having their cake and eating it too. Jack, Jesse, we'll start with you since you didn't get it in last time.
Well, I think, Sammy, I don't know why the Warriors have bought J.R. Smith. The reason, and I also thought Jordan Bell was in the trade too. I also don't know why they would trade away Jordan Bell. I think Jordan Bell's good. He's a good big man. I didn't think he was. I thought he was better than JaVale McGee and Zaza Pachulia, in my opinion. I don't know why. I think in Oracle Arena, J.R. Smith is known as like the MVP for the NBA Finals almost for the blunder. I don't know. I have no idea why the Warriors would ever do this. This seems like a very
there is the future draft pick is actually a 2019 first round pick. But that's the Cavs are actually gonna have a pretty high. The Cavs are actually Warriors actually probably a pretty low pick. So it's interesting to see what's going to come out of this because they have Jordan Bell, and now the Cavs are going to have Colin Sexton. They're going to still have Kevin Love for a little bit, but I mean, besides those two guys, I mean, this is really just a very bleak team in Cleveland. I mean, Jack.
Alright, well, basically, in my opinion, Cleveland got the absolute worst part of the deal, and some people in Cleveland might be thinking that this is actually good for them because I've heard that people in Cleveland are saying J.R. Smith lost them the finals. Fun fact, you are totally correct. It was a sweep. If it gone to a Game 7, then yes, he did. But this was a sweep. And sure, he was the reason why LeBron James punched the blackboard, but still, that's on James, not on him. But basically, the Warriors definitely got the best part of this deal because honestly, like we said, they're giving up Bell, which could be a mistake, but when you're acquiring a guy like J.R. Smith, is it really that big of a problem for you?
Yeah. I mean, J.R. Smith really an enigma of a deal right here.
Well, here's the thing about this trade. The Cavaliers, they're already developing a great young core. Colin Sexton, he's been really good for a rookie so far. And with Jordan Bell, he's a great young player. He's got a great attitude as well. I'm going to look out for the Cavaliers in the next few years. If LeBron James would have stayed, they're getting a pretty nice lineup.
Well, I believe that's about the time we have. Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will have the final game of this Christmas Day in the Blazers and the Jazz in just a moment. I'm Sammy Bovitz, Jack Brooks, Jack Jassy, Ardmore. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Hello, and welcome back from the exciting Super Bowl where the Eagles edge out the Patriots. I'm Aaron Kinsley, Charlie Lansbaum, and Jack Dodson, and we are reporting to you for the post-game of Super Bowl 52, where the backup quarterback, Nick Foles, wins Super Bowl MVP. Charlie?
Yeah?
What do you think?
Oh, it was a great game. Seeing the backup versus Tom Brady, one of the great GOATs. I think the best catch that the Patriot was made was the Tom Brady catch.
Jack?
Yeah, I just think this is really cool because it was the Eagles' first Super Bowl win in franchise history. They pulled it off against the Patriots, one of the best teams ever.
I think it's pretty cool that you can make a playoff run, the entire playoffs, without your quarterback, Carson Wentz. That's pretty impressive, especially for a backup quarterback.
Who got an injury against the Rams.
And I think for a Super Bowl win, Eagles have to be pretty hyped right now. You haven't won before, and the city of Philly getting a great basketball team, now a great football team.
Yeah.
Good time to be living in Philly and liking sports.
Yeah, next is going to be the Flyers.
Yeah, and the Sixers. You got a good team with the Sixers. But let's not stray too far away from basketball here.
Ooh,
hold on, we got some breaking news. Nick Foles retires to travel the world with other overlooked backup QBs. Wow. After Nick Foles' great Super Bowl performance, just a few minutes after, retires, and he's going to end his career on a great note, and he's going to say, hey, I'm an overlooked backup QB. I could have made so much more money, and I'm going to make all those teams that overlooked me, that traded me, I'm going to make them feel bad. I'm going to make them feel bad. And I'm going to go with all those overlooked backup QBs as well. What do you think about this, Charlie?
This is very interesting because why would he retire? He just won the Super Bowl. He won the MVP. How about next year if Carson Wentz does a little bit bad? He can come in and then get some touchdowns.
A little ironic, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it is. It's very surprising. Although I think he'll probably be back because he's still pretty young. And is he going to travel the world for the rest of his life, or is he going to go and then just buy a house in LA?
Well, traveling the world takes at least a year if you're spending about a week in each place. If you're someone with Nick Foles, he just got a ton of money from winning the Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah,
I think he can spend about a year. He can spend a long time, and he can choose, I want to live here, I want to live here. He does not need to work. He does not need to work anymore. And honestly, sure, playing football is fun, but sometimes you don't want to put in that work, especially for him. He's 35, 34.
Yeah.
He's in his mid-30s. He only has a few good years left in him anyway, and might as well retire on a good note. He's probably not going to win Super Bowl MVP again.
Yeah, but the thing is that if he stays, he might get traded to another team for more money. Also, if he spends all his money now on this big vacation, then maybe he'll come back.
He doesn't need more money right now.
I think he wants to be remembered a backup QB who just won the Super Bowl by himself, and that was incredible.
Yeah,
and he was also MVP. So
incredible performance by backup QB. Definitely wanted to be remembered with this moment, and I think that'll wrap it up for our show. And that's your post game for your Super Bowl 52. I'm Aaron Kinsley. That's Jack Dodson and Charlie Lansbaum. Good night.
Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? I'm Leo Warnow, along with my partner Eli Garden-Schwartz here for post-game of Week 1, Giants-Jaguars. The Jaguars take this one 35-27. Eli, what did you think about the game?
Honestly, I thought it was pretty interesting game. I liked my favorite play of the game. Definitely has to be that Jalen Ramsey 60-yard pick six.
that was just insane. He was like broke like 5 tackles through that and was able to just outrun like everyone. It was just a great play. Also, I like what we saw from Saquon Barkley, over 100 yards plus a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown, which was pretty impressive. And he had definitely like the first game of his career, his debut, was a pretty good one, though it was a loss.
Yeah, coming against the best defense in the NFL, Saquon Barkley really showed people what he was all about against this tough Jaguars defense. My favorite play was the 40-yard touchdown where Saquon spun out of Miles Jack's hands for the 40-yard touchdown.
Like when Eli pitched it to him and he just like ran up the side and like spun away.
Yeah, Miles Jack had him in his hands and Saquon said no and just spun away. Me being the Giants fan, tough loss, but I really like our chances. I do think the Jaguars are one of the best defense I've ever watched. Anyway, we have breaking news.
Let's see this. Jaguars acquire Odell Beckham Jr. from the Giants for Miles Jack and a future draft pick. Oh my goodness.
Well, I, for one, as the Giants fan, I actually like this trade. With Odell being our #1 receiver, we still have Sterling Shepard and Evan Ingram, and our defense really does need work, especially at linebacker. Miles Jack, one of the best in the league, and a future draft pick. This could really be amazing for the Giants' future.
Yeah, and as we saw in this game, like both Odell and Evan Ingram had very similar reception yards. Odell only with like a few more. Evan Ingram surprised a lot of people because, I mean, he wasn't going up against one of the corners, so he was more wide open most of the time. So, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, this news coming from the ESPN studios. This really is gonna spark. Yeah, this is really gonna spark up the NFL, especially since these teams just played each other. They're just gonna be switching locker rooms. Odell had an amazing few years with the Giants. He obviously going to do really well with the Jaguars. Blake Bortles and he and Marquise Lee lined up across from each other. This is going to be a really nice combo.
But honestly, to the general managers, whoever made this trade, like, come on. Right after a game, it's only like an hour after the game, and they've already sent like 2 players to opposite teams who just played in the game. That honestly seems a little crazy, but I guess it was pretty interesting trade.
Yeah, like you said, coming right after a game, that's kind of tough for both players. This Jaguars defense really still one of the best defenses in the league, but without Miles Jack, they might have some trouble at the linebacker position. I guess that's going to do it for Postgame Week 1, Giants-Jaguars. Signing out, I'm Leo Warnoff and Eli Garden-Schwartz.
Adam Krasnowski here with Ryan Van Leona and Jake Spall for the Dodgers postgame. Ace came out with a 3-2 win today. What did you guys think?
I think it was a pitcher's duel. Fair pitcher's duel. It was 2-2 for JT Gregorius came out and did lead the single, but it was a very close game. Only a couple runs, but it was a good game.
Yeah, it's Mike Gardner with a solo homer to right field. Very much of a pitcher's duel, not many runs scored in the game. A lot more defensive game, mostly. Dars played it was a good battle, but Ace ended up pulling out. I think it was overall a pretty even game. Just mainly pitchers pulling it off. What do you think?
And it was a really good game. So the pitching stats were with Clayton Kershaw. He went 6 innings, 2 runs, and he got 1 strikeout. And for Mike Fiers, he ended up going 5.1 innings. He gave up 1 run and got 8 strikeouts. Very surprising about how the strikeouts went from Kershaw, who's been so dominant, and then went to Fiers. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Kershaw, very surprising. One of the best pitchers in baseball, and not having the best season right now. Only with 1 strikeout in 6 innings. Not really that strong for him. But yeah. Breaking news: Yasiel Puig and Max Muncy both.
They both got an injury after the game today. How does this affect the team in the long run, especially because it looks like they're going to be in the playoffs?
Yes, I think this affects the team. Muncy,
he's been pretty cold, but their offense will go down. Their outfielders, it will be a little bad, but it'll affect them a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, I think it'll affect them a lot. Max Muncy's really helping the team stay strong this year, really pulling it out, and he also he's a solid outfielder, good swing, good arm. So I think he'll do some damage to their team even more than how the season has. But yeah, I think they'll still stay pretty good and still true.
I think it's gonna not be too bad because they didn't have a place for Muncy every day anyways, because Turner at third, shortstop Machado, second base Dozier, and first base they have Bellinger. And also in the outfield, it doesn't really matter about Puig because they have so many people who could play there, including, so they can have Peterson, they can have Taylor out there, Bellinger can be out there, and they also have Matt Kemp.
That's true, but I don't know. I think Yasiel Puig's a really big aspect to the team. So I think it's going to hurt him, but not too detrimental to the team.
And what do you think about their chances at the postseason? How far will they go?
It will affect them. I think they'll still make it to postseason, but maybe not the World Series, but maybe the Conference Series. I think.
Okay, Jay.
Yeah, I think in the first round, I think they're gonna make it a wild card team. I think Rockies stay pretty high and stay in the first thing, but I think Dodgers will make wild card and maybe probably win a wild card game and lose the next game. I think they're either gonna choke the playoffs or go all out. This season we don't really know what's gonna happen with Dodgers. One game they win 21-5 and they lose 4-3. Like, what's happening? This seems very odd this year and very unstable.
Dodgers are not in first place right now, but let's see if they can get back into it. Thanks for joining us on the Dodgers postgame. I've been Adam Keselowski along with Randy Vendiola and Jake Shaw. Thank you.
Can we start over?
You're so bad.
Hi, I'm Eli Pearl alongside Brad Packman and Noah Goldsmith, and today we're recapping the Christmas Day matchup between the Lakers and Warriors. The Lakers came into this game with about a winning percentage of about 600. They've been a solid playoff team, and the Warriors, they came into this game at about 37-0. So, Brad, what did you see from the Warriors?
This was honestly a great game for the Lakers. They got it pretty close for the Warriors. It was 176-85. The Warriors obviously ended up on top. It's a pretty close game, and I think the Warriors were pretty disappointed in their performance today. I think they are hoping to have a better game in the future. Lonzo got a triple-double this game, 17, 10, and 10. LeBron got a pretty good game, 33, 10, and 6.
And I mean, Lance Stevenson putting in the extra 20 points. That was pretty clutch.
Yeah, but for the other team.
Oh, we forgot about that.
Seriously, Warriors, you get your second worst game of the season. You got, how many points did they put up today?
176.
That's their second worst behind their terrible 156-point performance. Seriously, Warriors, 176. Yeah, you can do better.
I mean, they're averaging over 215 points per game.
Exactly. Yeah.
This was a very disappointing showing.
The Lakers should be very proud of their performance.
I know.
I think we're getting breaking news right now.
Lakers held them to a minimal amount of points. Breaking news! After Lance Stevenson's terrible performance tonight, he got traded back to the Pacers. For what? Oh, the Lakers gave up a second-round pick just to get him off their team. Yeah.
That was a very smart move.
Laker, applause. Great day for the Lakers. Great day to be a Laker fan.
I mean, giving up on Lance Stevenson, he's really only been a half-competent player for the Pacers, but, oh goodness. Lakers fans, you can rejoice.
I'm Brad Packman, alongside my co-host Eli Pearl and Noah Goldsmith.
Good night.
Hi, coming from you live from ESPN, we have breaking news. The Warriors and the Lakers. Lakers just beat the Warriors 107-103. And the more interesting news is Klay Thompson with a broken leg. He did not return. We'll have more news on this. How do you feel about the game and Klay Thompson's
Well,
injury?
this is certainly a great showing for the Lakers. An incredibly clutch performance, especially from JaVale McGee hitting that 4-point buzzer beater to finish off the game.
Yeah. And how do you feel about LeBron had at least 40 points tonight, and what do you think about the Lakers' chances going in and proving that they can beat the Warriors?
Well, I think it mainly has to do with the fact that Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and DeMarcus Cousins are all injured.
I only said Klay Thompson.
This comes after the startling revelation just under a month ago when the Lakers decided to sign Ray Rice. And coincidentally, in their first matchup between the two teams this season,
they all beat their wives.
Rice, an incident involving Rice and all 5 Lakers All-Stars
You made fun of the Asians.
left with all 5 of the All-Stars on the injured reserve.
I don't can we just stop? We're not even doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I am sorry about that.
All right, because we can't have ridiculous things.
Hi, coming from you live from ESPN, and we just got done with the Christmas Day special with Lakers and Warriors. Coming out of the game, LeBron had 51 points this game, and this time, JR didn't mess it up. How do you feel about, this was an easy win for him because the whole Klay Thompson, DeMarcus Cousins, and Kevin Durant are injured, so you know they were probably going to win this game. How do you feel about the Lakers' chances going to the NBA Finals this year?
I mean, it's really going to depend on the health of Sean Livingston and DeMarcus Cousins, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, the entire bench, Quinn Cook, and all their reserves.
Yeah, and Sean Livingston stepped up, but it wasn't enough. 35 points for him, but it wasn't enough to beat the Lakers this time. How do you feel about the Warriors' chances going into the NBA Finals this year?
Well, Sean Livingston has no ACLs. He was shooting in a wheelchair. Their entire roster, including Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, DeMarcus Cousins, they were all injured, along with Nicholas Young. Stephen Kerr was stuck in Toronto with the snow.
Spencer, we have breaking news here. The Warriors have acquired J.R. Smith and Michael Beasley in separate deals with the Los Angeles Lakers. And Cleveland
they dumped them to a place where weed is legal.
That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Let me read this.
I don't know. We'll figure Beasley signed with the Lakers because weed is legal.
Separate deals. Well, JR better not mess up his opportunity.
I can't read this. Producer, this is really hard to read. Deal with it? Okay. So it looks like they acquired J.R. Smith plus Michael Beasley in separate deals. They have acquired Michael Beasley for a future second-round pick.
Wow. Well, Michael Beasley and J.R. Smith better not mess it up this time. Since Klay Thompson was hurt, do you think J.R. Smith can step up on that role and be a good player?
I expect J.R. Smith to average around 35 points a game and up until the All-Star break, so hopefully he will get his All-Star campaign back on track.
Well, okay, this comes after JR and the Cavs did not want him. They wanted to trade him. He was not doing good, and he was just not fitting for the Cavs after LeBron left. He had nothing else to do.
Yeah, he showed up for Game 5 of the Finals. He was just a mess, He was signing basketballs with the name LeBron James on it. I think he's got a bit crazy.
I think he crossed the line when he played a full NBA game without a shirt on. That really crossed the line for the Cavs management. They decided to trade him here.
And also when he was found with pounds and pounds and pounds of marijuana in his bag.
Well, I don't know where this information is coming from. But
insiders, NBA insiders.
Well, I don't think it's true. But Michael Beaslly, he was averaging 15 points for the Lakers before he got traded. Can he impact a role on the Warriors?
Hell no.
Taking up the dispensaries, yes.
He could be the water boy.
Well, I'm signing out from ESPN. I'm Asai Johnson, and that is it.
Thank you.
Breaking news from ESPN. Game 1 of the Warriors-Cavs 2018 series just finished, and J.R. Smith was one of the craziest blunders ever in NBA history. Will, thoughts?
Well, apparently LeBron James has requested a trade in the final seconds of the game, J.R. Smith ran back to half court looking to pass the ball to Kyrie Irving, who had been traded earlier in the year to the Boston Celtics in the finals.
of the 2018 series. Unbelievable. And he was just quoted minutes ago from an interview saying he was looking for Kyrie Irving, and LeBron James busted through the doors and said Kyrie is in Boston. JR looked shocked, and he had no idea what to do after that. So LeBron James and we're getting breaking news that LeBron James has just beat up J.R. Smith, and this is just game from Jurassic events here. I am speechless. Thoughts on that?
Not really.
All right. Live from you from ESPN. I am Russell Tabor alongside Will Kirker. Good night.
Oh, thanks. Do you want to do it again?
Welcome back to Sports Center. My name is Russell Tabor alongside Will Kirker. Game 1 of the NBA Finals just finished, going into overtime after a crazy turn of events as a missed free throw by one of the Cavs was rebounded by J.R. Smith. He runs back to half court, and that ends regulation. Game is tied, and the Warriors end up winning the game. Not a great start that the Cavs wanted to have. Will, thoughts on that?
Well, personally, I believe J.R. Smith was looking for Kyrie Irving, and not realizing that he had been traded to the Boston Celtics earlier this year. So, yeah.
All right. LeBron James was not that happy with the media after this game, and after being questioned repeatedly on the same question, he was not that happy with it.
We are getting breaking news. J.R. Smith has requested
a release and to sign with the Celtics so he can find Kyrie Irving. Unfortunately, I don't know if J.R. Smith realizes that the Boston Celtics are not in the finals, but hopefully he will realize that.
I also don't know if he realizes that it is the finals.
That is true. Well, we will figure out all of this when it comes next season and after the NBA Finals. My name is Russell Tabor alongside Will Kirker. Good night.